changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to the world of assassination and the trending contracts. And today's contract, Bangable, set in Dubai. And the contract ID is up on the screen now for anyone who wishes to have a go at it, and has been supplied to us today courtesy of Agent 420 SA. So for our briefing, we don't actually have one, so we'll just say that our targets today have been rather naughty and they need to be punished. And speaking of our targets, today we have 5 of them with no stipulations on how we dispatch them or what we wear whilst we do so, so we have a free map. So for today's challenge, we will be starting undercover in the penthouse, and we're going to be bringing with us a Tanto and a breaching charge along with our silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we need to make our way downstairs to the kitchen and dining area, which is just below us. And we're going to require ourselves a change of disguise, and that disguise will be the chef. So we're going to make our way into the pantry. We're just going to get rid of the penthouse worker who is currently occupying the room. We're also going to grab the poison from the cabinet there, and we're just going to hide our new friend here in the freezer because he's a cool guy. So once we've done that, we can now lure in the chef, and we're going to do that with the ice machine here. So we're just going to turn that on, turn that off again, and then hide ourselves behind these crates or boxes, whatever they are. And when the chef comes in to investigate, we can then pounce on him, render him unconscious, and steal his nice little hat. So once he's in position, we can just render him unconscious, hide him with his new buddy in the freezer, and then we're going to take his outfit and we're going to make our way into the kitchen, and we're going to prepare a meal for Carl Ingram, who is currently one of our targets. It's also one of the main targets from the game. So once we've prepared our meal, we're going to add the rat poison to it, and then we're going to make our way around the counter and call Mr. Ingram to dinner. We don't need that coin, we need to ring the bell. What we do also need is this kitchen knife. So Mr. Ingram and his bodyguards will be making their way up here. There he is, and as you can see, 2 of his bodyguards are also our targets. So we're going to make our way into the bathroom here, and we're just going to hide ourselves behind the door until Carl Ingram arrives, has his meal, feels rather giddy, and makes his way to the toilet. And once he does, all we have to do is close the door behind him and make him re-eat the dinner that he is so fond of getting rid of. So that's 1 target down. As I mentioned, both of his bodyguards are also targets, so we're going to exit the bathroom, select our kitchen knife, and we're going to throw it at 1 target's head, and then as quickly as we can select our Tanto and throw that at the other target's head. Unfortunately, he did get a number of shots off with his little Uzi there. Thankfully, it was a silenced weapon, so we haven't actually alerted anyone, and we are 3 targets in. So I'm going to retrieve my Tanto. We're just going to clear up the mess, including the guns and everything else, as the Sheikh and his entourage will come through this room at some point. Hopefully we will be long gone by then, but just in case. So once we have the area nice and tidy, we're going to take one of Carl's bodyguard's outfits, and we can now make our way downstairs to our 2 remaining targets. Now we are going to go the long way round basically just to avoid enforcers and potentially as many cameras. It's mostly the enforcers. So we're going to go through the air conditioning area, down the shortcut ladder and across the helipad, and then we should come out right where we need to be, just where our 2 remaining targets are. We're just going to hug this wall here to avoid the camera, which we failed at miserably. We're going to make our way into the security room, and we're going to make sure that the sleeping guard in here remains asleep by rendering him unconscious. We're going to hide his body in the closet provided, and our next target is just outside the room to our right. We should have triggered a conversation between him and whoever he is he's on the phone to. So again, we're going to tidy up, and we're going to take the gun. We're also going to take this banana and we're going to place it just about here. Anywhere on that side of the crate there will do. And when the target's conversation has finished, he will go into the room and render himself unconscious. And while he's doing that, we are going to make our way down the corridor here to our final target. And he is currently leaning against the wall, and we need him to move over to the right hand side. So we're just going to wait here out of sight for him to lose interest in his phone, make his way over to the right hand side, and then we can get behind him. We're going to render him unconscious and then break his neck, because it is a quieter method. So once he's unconscious, then we can snap his neck, and that's 4 targets down. We're then going to take his body into the closet in the storage room. There we go. And then we can move on to our final target, who should now be unconscious in the security room. And as the title of the contract is Bangable, we are going to use a very small explosive just to finish off our last target. This also works because we have to destroy the camera evidence. So we can place the breaching charge under our target's head, and before we detonate it, we can make our way down the stairs to the main security room, and down there we can take out the surveillance system, which will also leave us very close to one of the exits. So once we're down onto the first floor here, we will make our way into the security room, select our silent pistol, and from here we can take out the surveillance system. We're then going to exit the storage room and wait for this guard you can see ahead of us to be patrolling over to the edge, and we can then detonate our explosive for our final target. And then all we have to do is exit via the lift just to our left here. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and we have confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We had no extra obligations or objectives, so we should get ourselves a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.